Is it appearance, muscle, or financial status that truly draws women in? The answer may catch you off guard. I'm Dr. Rena, a urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today we're uncovering what science actually says about attraction. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could completely reshape how you view fitness, relationships, and even your overall health. For many years, scientists have tried to understand what makes men physically appealing to women. The usual factors included height, facial looks, and overall body build. Height, for example, has often been associated with attractiveness across different cultures, but it doesn't explain everything on its own. In a study conducted by Griffith University and California State University, researchers set out to examine real physical traits and determine which ones truly influenced attractiveness. They brought in young college men and took standardized photos of them. One set included full-body, shirtless images, while the second showed upper bodies in tank tops, with faces hidden in both cases. They also evaluated the men's physical strength using grip strength tests and similar methods. Their exact height and weight were recorded, and body fat percentages were calculated. These images were then shown to women, who were divided into two groups. One group was asked to judge physical strength, how strong the men appeared. The other group rated attractiveness, how appealing they found the bodies. The results were striking. Perceived upper body strength turned out to be the strongest indicator of male attractiveness. Women were surprisingly accurate at judging strength just by looking at the photos. The men who appeared strongest were consistently rated as the most attractive. In fact, upper body strength, things like broader shoulders, a visible chest, and well-defined arms, accounted for more than 70% of how attractive women found male bodies. To give you some context, height was long believed to be a major factor, yet it explained only about 10% of attractiveness once strength and overall body weight were considered. And body weight itself had a smaller impact. Even shorter men who appeared stronger were rated as far more attractive than taller men who looked less strong. In the end, strength stands out as a powerful factor. Now, when you look at this from an evolutionary perspective, it makes complete sense. Upper body strength signals to a woman that a partner is physically capable, someone who could offer protection and compete for resources in times when survival depended on it. Another physical trait women found appealing in a separate study was a particular body proportion, the well-known V-shaped build. This refers to having a broader chest or shoulders compared to the waist, often described as the shoulder-to-waist ratio. Interestingly, this proportion strongly influences how people judge both strength and attractiveness. Even among men with similar overall body size, those with a more defined V-shape were consistently rated as more attractive. From a medical point of view, this preference for a V-shaped body also makes sense. Wider shoulders and visible muscle development often reflect healthy testosterone levels and strong upper body conditioning, while a slimmer waist points to lower visceral fat and better metabolic health. From an evolutionary angle, women may have naturally developed these preferences to select partners who appear both strong and healthy, qualities that signal good genetics and the ability to provide safety and resources. Think of it this way: your body is always sending signals about your health, genetic quality, and physical ability, and the female brain, whether consciously or subconsciously, is remarkably skilled at interpreting these signals. Now, this is where the research becomes even more interesting, and it may completely shift how you think about attraction. Women's preferences for these physical traits actually change depending on the type of relationship they're considering, whether it's something short-term or a long-term commitment. Studies show that when women are considering short-term relationships or casual encounters, their preference for traits like muscularity, strength, and even height becomes stronger. When asked to imagine their ideal short-term partner, women tend to allocate about 40% of their attraction budget to physical characteristics, with strength and muscle being top priorities. However, when it comes to long-term relationships, physical attractiveness still matters. But women tend to give much greater importance to qualities like kindness, dependability, emotional balance, and the ability to provide resources. At the same time, their preference for muscularity may lessen slightly. From an evolutionary point of view, this makes sense when choosing a long-term partner. You would want someone who is emotionally steady, committed, and willing to invest in a lasting relationship. Even so, in long-term partnerships, women still show a preference for signs of strength and balanced body proportions because these traits continue to matter. They simply become part of a broader set of desirable qualities. Now, here's what I personally find most interesting. Some of you may be thinking, I already knew this. But from a medical perspective, the physical features women find most appealing are also closely tied to better health. Strong upper body development often reflects improved cardiovascular fitness, stronger bones, better insulin response, and a lower risk of metabolic conditions. Likewise, a V-shaped physique with a smaller waist typically indicates lower visceral fat, which is linked to a reduced risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. So when you focus on building the kind of body that research shows is attractive, developing upper body strength, achieving that V-shaped look, and maintaining a healthy body composition, you're not just increasing your appeal, you're also improving your overall health. The types of exercises that help create this physique are also some of the most beneficial for your body, such as compound movements like pull-ups, rows, and presses. These exercises build real-world strength while also supporting heart health and bone density. In simple terms, increasing your strength and refining your body shape will enhance both your health and your attractiveness. It's a win-win situation. If you found this video helpful, I'd like you to do one thing. Share it with someone who could benefit from learning the real science of attraction. And as always, take good care of yourself, because you truly deserve it.